Hey guys, welcome to the Massive Iron Channel. I'm Steve Shaw. In this video, we're going to talk about the idea, the belief by one viewer that you can only gain about 15 to 16 pounds of muscle mass as a natural over the course of your life. Before I get into that topic, if you have any questions or comments, drop them down below. If you need a workout assessment, if you need a form assessment, or if you need weight loss coaching, check out the link down below to superlivingtoday.com. And also, I want to let you guys know, over at superlivingtoday.com, I actually have Massive Iron t-shirts. So check those out. All right, so yesterday, I made a video about natural bodybuilding. The belief by some of the natural bodybuilders that if they only work hard enough, they can build more muscle mass than the natural bodybuilding expectations are, the standards. So we already discussed that, and I told you we'd have chaos. As a result, one competitive bodybuilder left a comment on the video saying that he believed the studies were wrong and that you could only build 15 to 16 pounds in the course of your entire natural bodybuilding career. So let's backtrack a little bit. There was a study by Dr. Casey Butt, who is an expert on this subject. Whether you believe whether you believe the results of his study or you don't, it doesn't matter. He studied it in-depthly, and you can come to your own conclusions. You're adults. But Dr. Casey Butt studied 300 natural bodybuilding champions that competed over the course of about the last 60 years. So these were the genetic elite. They were the best of the best. If you can say genetic elite in the natural bodybuilding realm, that assumes that there's genetic freaks, which really isn't the case. There are some guys that have better genetics, and of course it might be easier for them to pack on muscle mass. It might be easier. They might have a 2 to 3 pound advantage over some guys. But when you call, let's get it straight, when you call a natural a genetic freak, it's really just a slight advantage. So anyway, Dr. Casey Butt studied 300 natural champions and found and gave us some natural bodybuilding expectations. And basically, this isn't a rule. This isn't something that is carved in stone. But for the average natural, they can expect to gain about 30 to 35 pounds of muscle over the course of their life. Now, if you are underweight, and I get a lot of arguments from skinny guys saying I gain more than that. If you're underweight, of course you can gain more than that because you're normalizing your weight, and then you can gain more muscle to your natural bodybuilding potential. So, excuse me, before I choke to death, Dr. Butt basically says you gain about 30 to 35 pounds of muscle mass over the course of your life. The bodybuilder, the natural bodybuilder, in the comments section said that you can only gain about 16 pounds of muscle mass, and his reasoning was that the guys that he said Dr. Casey Butt's study was flawed in that he studied the best of the best and the champions, and for the average person, they can only gain 15 to 16 pounds of muscle mass over the course of their life. So he's saying the best of the best, this study, the best of the best, was flawed because they were the best of the best. But let's backtrack here. Let's approach this with some reason and some intelligence. If we're going to take a true look at natural bodybuilding potential, and that is the most that a natural can gain, if we want to look at the ceiling, all right, if we want to get an estimate of the ceiling of a natural, we have to look at the best of the best. That tells us about, hey, if we want to get as big as we can naturally, we have to look at the best that have ever been, and these are 300 champions. So you can't say a study is flawed because it looks at the best of the best, because the point of the study was to look at natural bodybuilding potential. And this, by looking at the best of the best, this gives us a snapshot of what potential is. It's not flawed. It's actually the opposite. It is actually an accurate look at what natural bodybuilding potential might be. And for those of you that want to whip out your FFMI, I'm not talking about FFMI here. I'm talking about natural physiology and how much muscle mass we can expect to gain naturally. So, what do you guys think? What do you guys think? Is this all nonsense, and can you only expect to gain 15 to 16 pounds of muscle mass naturally? Or do you think you can gain about 30 to 35? My opinion is that the bodybuilder that left this comment is kind of a symbol, kind of a snapshot of what everybody has turned into in this industry, or a lot of people have turned into in this industry. They have low expectations and standards. Me personally, I've gained a ton of muscle mass in my first 2 to 3 years of lifting. I've gained more than 15 to 16 pounds in my first 2 to 3 years lifting back in 86 to 89. And having spent the last 12 years in this industry and 32 years of lifting, I've met hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of people that have gained 25 to 30 pounds of muscle mass as a natural over the course of their life, not just bodybuilders, but powerlifters. You don't have to go to a bodybuilding competition to see guys that have packed on a lot of muscle mass naturally. You can go to powerlifting competition as well. So to the commenter, to the viewer who believes you can only gain 15 to 16 pounds of muscle mass naturally, I say your expectations are too low. I say you're completely off base. And I say that even if you're not a genetic elite, you can expect, if you work hard, to get very close to your natural potential. The reality is most people have low expectations and they don't work hard enough. So what do you think? Am I crazy? Or is this, and the viewer is correct, or is the viewer absolutely crazy and I'm correct? Let me know in the comments section down below. So guys, hope this video has been of some help. If you have any questions or comments, check out the link below. If you made it this far in this video and have yet to subscribe to my channel, please do. I'd appreciate the support. So guys, as always, thanks for watching and
stay super sexy and buy a t-shirt.
Stay super sexy. We actually have t-shirts now that say stay super sexy, people. Can you believe that?
Show everyone how super sexy
we have guys
really
we have guys t-shirts and we have lovely pretty ones for women.
Yes, so get them.
Stay
They're
sexy,
awesome.
people.